Hey everyone, my name is HollyAnne Knight. I am a quilter, author, and designer, and I'm the owner of String and Story. And it's my passion to help you quilt with confidence. So tonight I'm going to do some live graffiti quilting on this current quilt that I'm working on. So let me show you this fabulous new lamp that I have and this setup, and then we're going to get started with some quilting. All right, let's see if I can turn this around live. Guys, it's been so long since I've done live video. All right, so the first thing I want you to see is I want you to see this beautiful lamp. This is the Slimline lamp from Daylight Company. And I wanted to be able to share the quilting I'm doing on this quilt with you guys. And I realized that the lighting setup I had going on, I'm hoping this will brighten up. Let me tweak here. I realized the lighting setup that I had going on just was not enough to be able to show you guys what I'm doing. Oh, please let me zoom. There we go. I want y'all to be able to see nice and close up as I'm working. And so I reached out to Daylight and I said, guys, I've heard phenomenal stuff about your product. Can you help me out with this? And they're like, we have exactly the lamp for you. So they have sent me this beautiful Slimline lamp. And if you check the caption box on this, they have also sent us a promo code so you can get 20% off on a Daylight lamp through the end of October. How cool is that? I'm so pumped. Now the other stuff I've got going on here is this is my spools quilt. So this is a pattern by Christa Watson in her new book, Piece and Quilt with Precuts. This is also Christa's fabric. Let me jump up. I'm gonna grab some more of this so you guys can see more of her gorgeous fabrics. All right, so just a quick flip through here. These fabrics are so bright and so marvelous. So this is with Benartex, and I am excited that I am getting to work on this quilt for Quilt Market. So if you're going to market, I think it'll be in the Benartex booth, if I understand correctly. All right, so there's a quick peek at those. And I'm quilting with Aurifil thread. So let's get going now that we've given all of our shout outs. Now I have already done, let's see, I did some paisleys up here and some swirls and a couple of pebbles. Let me peek under my foot. I just did some funky swirl thing. Normally when I am quilting, I wear gloves. But my gloves are aqua and I'm just afraid that they would be terribly distracting. So we're gonna see how we manage without the gloves tonight. And just see if it's a disaster, and you know, if it is, I'll stop and put on super distracting aqua gloves. Now, I am doing graffiti quilting. I think this is something that we've all seen pictures of, and we all go, oh my gosh, that's so cool, but I could never do that. Oh honey, yes you can. And you can do it with fewer motifs than you think. You can get a graffiti quilting effect by only using 3 motifs. And honestly, this is what I do the majority of the time because they're my go-to designs. You ready? So I do paisleys like this. And I'm gonna pause in a second and get an idea of like how this is showing up for you guys. So paisleys, my other go-to, let me do one more echo around here, is a swirl. And yes, this is matching thread. The back of this quilt is gonna really pop, but it all blends a lot on the front. Now notice there, I completed the swirl and then I echoed back around it. That is the secret to everything in free motion quilting, is to echo, echo, echo. And then my final go-to design is pebbles. And when you are using matching thread, it is your friend when it comes to pebbles. It just helps everything blend right together. So like I said, those are my 3 go-tos with graffiti quilting, and they're a great place to get started if you are new to this. Another design I love to do, and make sure I've got enough space, yeah, is I'll do kind of a, I call this a banana slug. I know there's a better term for that. I don't know why I call it that, I'm so sorry. That's probably like gross to a lot of people. And then I kind of created a weird clamshell thing. I'm just gonna echo some more to get myself back out of this hole. Alright, I'm gonna jump up for just a second, guys, and get an idea of how this is looking under the light in case I need to tweak it some more for you. Let's see, it's just not staying as focused as I would really like. Y'all, it's been so long since I've done live. There we go, that's a little better. Get this light down in there even closer. Alright. I'm realizing that maybe my phone resolution is a little higher than my Facebook Live resolution because I was doing some test stuff earlier. Alright, hang with me. We're going to do a lot of talking as well to get you guys all ready to go and try this graffiti quilting thing. So we're back to Paisley's because that's, you know, one of my go-tos. What else? So when you're starting to graffiti quilt, the other thing that is your friend, in addition to having just like a couple, I did some quilting in this other area earlier, and now I've got to make sure I don't create any puckers for myself. The other thing that is your friend, in addition to having a couple of go-to designs, is to do a lot of drawing. So your meeting tomorrow morning just got a lot better because you're going to practice your quilting while you were in that meeting. And that helps. That builds muscle memory. And I know every once in a while I'll hear somebody say something like, oh, but that works better for a long arm than a domestic because a long arm is more similar to drawing, that you're, you know, moving the needle like you move the pen. Honestly, guys, it's still phenomenal for the domestic. That's how I learned all of my motifs when I was getting started. Let me readjust. It's another thing that's important when you're domestic machine quilting is you have to stop and readjust. You have to move the bulk of the quilt around. Christa, what is it you say? I think Christa says something to the effect of the very technical term of smush and swoosh. Something like that. We just kind of do the best we can to make it all fit. Or in this case, I've got it all kind of fitting off over on the side out of the shot here since I'm working on the edge. But it still takes some moving around. There's still some bulk to it. Alright, where do we want to go next, y'all? Let's do another banana slug. That's something else I do when I'm graffiti quilting. I will stop and kind of assess where I'm at, see what kind of space I have. And then I'm gonna, you know, I've got enough room here. Let's just do some little bumps. Like I said, really technical lingo around here. And then I kind of echoed back. We'll echo back again. And I'm just going to follow that stitch line I already did to get myself back over here. Guys, I cannot tell you what a game changer it is that this slimline lamp came from daylight today. So I know, you know, there's probably a few of you thinking, oh, she's a young whippersnapper, she's got young eyeballs, she's just fine. And I am a young whippersnapper. That part is 100% accurate. However, I'm actually surprisingly close to legally blind in both eyes. I have really, really terrible eyesight. I have for a long time. It started when I was really young, and it's just getting worse in terms of like my ability to deal with low light situations. It's funny, I realized one day a couple of years ago that all of a sudden I didn't like driving after dark anymore, and I was like, I don't know when that started. And I still do it, but you know, I think more about it than I used to. And when I was doing some quilting on the turquoise block of this quilt, which if you follow me on social media, you may have seen some pictures of. I've maybe been overgramming it a little bit because I love it. I love this pattern and I love this fabric. But I was trying to work on it at night one night and was like, I can't see what I'm doing at all. And it took me forever to get that block done because the way my week was last week, I just didn't have a lot of daytime quilting time to like sit down and stitch, and I couldn't see when I came in here after dark. And like I said, that's when I reached out to Daylight and was like, I need some help. Can you guys help me out? And this lamp came today and I put it together and I was like, oh, I gotta do a Facebook Live. I gotta show how amazing this is. You notice how I'm holding my fabric here? I just thought about this here. That's maybe not a good idea. I might end up like sewing my finger or something. So let's reposition. Like I said, there's a coupon code for 20% off the Daylight lamp in the caption. And I know that Lily, the lovely social media lady over at Daylight, could not join us this evening. She's got stuff going on.
But if you want to leave comments or questions for her in the comment section, I'm sure she'll be checking in, and I can always pass them along as well. So if you've got kind of questions about their products or whatnot, she would love to talk to you, and you will love to talk to her. She is darling. And we both have October birthdays, so naturally we get along brilliantly. Checking on what my pebbles were. So that's kind of a funky shaped pebble. So we've got some pebbles. Let's do some more banana slugs. Alright, somebody help me come up with a better name for that. I'm sure there's an official name somewhere. I'm sure Angela Walters has some really charming name for this shape. Like S-curves or something very logical. Oh, y'all, if only I came up with charming names for things in life, but I don't. Alright. I'm gonna pause again, shake my arm out, because, you know, it's good to pause when you're quilting. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. I realized I don't know if I can actually see, I don't see anything popping up, so I think we're good. We'll just keep on chugging along. Alright, so here's my current situation. I need to come back up in here and fill in kind of a narrow space. So, I think how we're going to do that is I'm going to echo around these existing shapes and get myself up in here, and then I'm going to come down and do a big swirl and echo the spine to fill in the rest of that narrow space. So, graffiti quilting, basically you need to have a few motifs that are your go-tos. Practice drawing them a lot. Don't be afraid to pause and assess the situation like I did right there. It is not a race. I know once the product itself is complete, you know, and you've got this whole thing quilted up, it looks like you just whipped through it. Pause and remove my pen. But it is totally normal to be pausing and thinking as you're moving along, to reposition your quilt, to change strategy kind of all at once. And if you do something and you're not sure if it looks right, just echo it. You know, when I did the machine quilting blog talk a few months ago, I realized the secret to machine quilting is echoing, and anything you echo is official. It's like putting a stamp of approval on it. And if the thing that you echo and make official is funky, suddenly it doesn't look so funky anymore. Like suddenly it looks very legit because it's got that echoed seal of approval. When in doubt, add echoes. When in doubt, go back to your go-to designs. Even if your go-to designs are like 2 designs, that's okay. I'm trying to decide if I'm brave enough to try some ribbon candy on camera here. I usually have trouble transitioning to ribbon candy. Alright, I have to think about it. Here we go, you ready? Think of graffiti quilting as a sampler. It's a great opportunity to put yourself through your paces. And then I'm going to just echo back up the side over here. It's a great opportunity to put yourself through your paces and just kind of see what you come up with. Alright, I'm going to turn this again. And the reason I'm turning is because I want to be able to see the edges of those loops I just made. And then working back up to make sure I'm kind of hitting them right. Alright. Let's continue to see. Alright, that is looking like it is coming along. I'm going to pop you guys out of here again because I want you to be able to see. Oh, I might be covering the microphone with my finger. How awkward is that? Let's see if we can get down in here and really see what we've done. Oh, I have created a glare on my screen that I can't see what you guys see. There we go. So we're creating a lot of texture with really just a few motifs. Most of what we have been doing is swirls and paisleys. Ooh, look at that, guys. We can get way up on it. All right. I am going to sign off for tonight, guys. So let's review one more time. For graffiti quilting, you only need a few designs in your toolbox. You need to practice drawing them a lot. Don't be afraid to stop and think or reposition your quilt while you work. Finally, once again, I want to give a holler to Daylight Company. This lovely lamp that I am using, the Slimline, is their top selling product, and they sent it to me this week, and I am already in love. Check the caption box for a coupon if you are interested in getting your very own. And a holler to Christa Quilts, who designed this lovely spools quilt. Oh, look at that, can brighten the whole thing up. And whoop, cast some light over the whole thing. And she also designed this lovely Modern Marks fabric. When she's put out with Benartex, it will be, I know Christa already has some. I don't know that it's officially shipping yet, but you'll be able to get it soon. There's some more texture over there for you guys. I did some wood grain quilting. And I'm quilting with Aurifil. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great night, y'all.